Here with Tom Aspinall, headlining the UFC Fight Night at the O2 again. And first question for you, though, Tom, is what is your problem, man? Why are you constantly making fun of the clothes that I have?
You look nice today, actually. Why? I don't know why.
For the first time?
No, you look nice. Last time, when you were in that hospital gown thing, like you just had that wasn't a great look. But you look good today.
Well, it's one thing to tell me that in person a couple times, but then you actually go out of your way and direct me on Instagram to tell me that the clothes I'm wearing don't match one another.
Yeah, you look all right today.
Is this something that you normally do, or I just happen to bring this out?
Well, it depends, because if I didn't see, this is like a British thing. I feel like, especially like a Northwest thing. If you like someone, that's the way you show affection, is by like taking the piss out of them, as we say a little bit. So, like, don't take it personal, because that actually means I like you.
So telling me that my clothes don't fit and they don't match is actually a compliment towards me.
Exactly.
Okay, well, good.
Exactly.
I'll take it. Man, what's different between, what is the biggest difference between now and the last time we spoke to you before you were about to walk out in London?
I don't know. Nothing. Well, I'm fighting Curtis Blaydes this time. I was fighting Alexander Volkov last time.
That's it.
I mean, no. There's a lot changed. In terms of what exactly? What do you mean?
I mean, you could take it any way you want. I mean, I guess from the outside, by accomplishing that, like, even though you've always been confident that you can do that, like, does that make you even more confident going into this?
I'm definitely more confident, and I feel like I've trained so well this time. Like, Curtis has made me do things that I've never done before, took me to levels that I've never been to before, and I'm really, really happy with where I am right now, mentally and physically. Like, I feel like, forgetting the last win, just with the threat and fear that Curtis has like put in me, like, it's brought a drive out in me that I've never had before, and I've completely changed a lot of things with my training, with my personal life, and everything, to make sure that everything is like geared around this fight, and I feel good about it.
What scares you about Curtis?
What doesn't scare me? Have you seen him fight?
I have. Yep.
He's a guy that, as the UFC matchmaker said, he is the guy that no one else wants to fight. Mm-hmm. So I said, if no one else wants to fight him, I'm happy to fight him. Like, I ain't running from anybody. So he's dangerous. Like, he's really good everywhere. His wrestling's great. Obviously, everyone talks about his wrestling, but this is not a wrestling match. You know what I mean? I think people need to get over the fact that this is not a wrestling match. That he's good everywhere, and I've prepared for all aspects of MMA with him.
You're a smart guy, and you know how this game works. Are you surprised that even the UFC wants you to take this fight? Because it's a bit of a risk, right? And as good as Curtis is, he doesn't get a lot of credit sometimes by the casual fan.
No, Curtis
so it's dangerous.
I can understand exactly why people don't want to fight him, because this is his, I believe, 17th or 18th UFC fight. Still, people don't give him too much love. I don't know why that is, but they just don't. A lot of people still... like, the guys who know how good Curtis is, but the casuals maybe don't know about him as much. But the guy is so good, and yeah, it's a tough fight either way. Like, he's got a horrible style, horrible guy to prepare for. When you're preparing for Curtis Blaydes, it's an uncomfortable training camp. It has to be, otherwise you're going to lose really, really badly. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but this is what I'm in this sport, not just to get money and make a living and be the champion. Like, I'm in the sport to find answers about myself. Like, I want to find answers. Have I got the answers to beat someone like Curtis Blaydes? We're going to find out.
Yeah, and you talk about how you want that training camp to be uncomfortable. I was going to ask you, going to Holland, I'm sure that there's a lot of different ways you can answer this question, but what is like the biggest thing you wanted to get out of this training camp? Was it something mental? Was it, be with a bunch of big bodies who are going to wrestle you? Like, what is the one thing?
A bit of it. Like, I feel like it was really mentally good for me to switch things up anyway and be like out of my usual routine that I was doing. And yeah, just the amount of big guys. Like, I've literally not been one training session this time without a heavyweight to train with, which before it wasn't like that. Like, I've had to seek out the best sparring partners, the best training partners. Every single session has been based around me, which is really what I need fighting at this level. I'm fighting the top. I've seen some stat that Curtis has been in the top 5 for or I think it's the top 6 or 7 for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. Like, this guy is absolutely no joke. He's top of the top level. So it needs to be about me. Like, these training sessions need to be about me. So this whole camp has been based around Curtis, really, and what I need to beat him.
Yep. You've talked in the past about, it's great to get these quick finishes, but experience is important. I wonder if you go deeper into that, do you ever think about how to pace yourself? Like knowing that there's a fight?
Believe it or not, I am pacing myself in these fights. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing a sprint, even though without sounding like too egotistical or anything like this. A lot of them fights I've been in first gear. This is not me going full sprint on anybody. Like, I am not really trying to finish even. I'm just I feel like my physical attributes and my decision making is that much quicker than most of the other heavyweights that it just looks like I'm looking for a finish the whole time when I'm actually not.
Yeah, yeah. You've talked about when you first got into the sport, people doubted you. You know, people doubted you would get in the UFC, and this happens to most fighters. You know, you're sitting in a gym, you're working out, and it's just like, I'm going to be in the UFC someday. No, you're not. You know, but now, like, is that the biggest? Maybe that's the biggest change from the first time in London. Has it gone from people doubting you to now everybody believing in you?
A lot of people believe in me, which I appreciate, but I'm completely aware that that can change. You know what I mean? Like, when I get love, I appreciate it, like, big time. But also, when people doubt me, I don't really take it on board too much. Like, this is about me and what I believe. And what I believe is that I'm good at this. I really believe that I'm good at this, and I'm dangerous in this sport. So all that stuff, really, it's irrelevant. Like I say, there's a lot more people supporting me, which I appreciate. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. What matters is if I believe in myself or not, which I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, last thing for you then, believing in yourself. Man, I mean, where you are right now, like, you beat Curtis Blaydes and O2 goes crazy again. Like, if it's a repeat of March, I mean, you're looking at potentially, and you could face Ngannou, you could face John Jones, you could face, if Stipe decides to stick around, you could fight Stipe, who's considered the greatest heavyweight of all time. Like, you're kind of set up for not just winning the championship, but doing so against these big names that will really make you a superstar, really cement your legacy. Like, do you allow yourself to think that far ahead about, man, what could my life look like over the next 1, 2, 3 years?
Not really. Right now, I can't think about that. Like, that's pretty much suicide, in my opinion. If I'm going to start looking past Curtis and be like, oh, I'm going to fight for a title next, I'm going to fight John Jones and all that stuff. No, my brain doesn't exist in my brain right now. Right now, I'm thinking about Curtis Blaydes. I have a big job. A big job has broke out for Saturday night, and I need to be 100% focused on that. If I start looking past that, Curtis, that is just straight up silly. And yeah. I am a silly guy, but not in that aspect. Like, I take this sport very serious, and I ain't looking past nobody.
I'm sure you do. But does it ever creep into your mind? Like, do you ever think, like, you
have to have
show
dreams.
Francis Ngannou was in the octagon? Like,
you have to have dreams in this sport. Like, you think I wouldn't get where I am right now without, like, dreaming big? Of course I have. Like, I've thought about all this stuff for years, but right now, in a matter of days, I have to fight Curtis Blaydes, the guy that no one else wants to fight, one of the most dangerous guys in the division. So I have to be ready for that.
Yeah. Last time was fun. Looking forward to this one, man. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.